The price of paradise is now impacting Hillsborough County schools. Based on growth projections, the district needs more than a dozen new schools in the next 10 years.
But now accommodating that growth is getting more expensive. ABC Action News in-depth reporter Stassi Almos found out the price tag to build the newest Hillsborough County school has now doubled.
Believe it or not, this is a sweet sound in Hillsborough County. As Tampa Bay continues to see record population growth, nearly 60 public schools are at or above capacity.
They're moving in quicker than we can build.
The Hillsborough County Public School District has waited years for the funding to build new schools. They essentially needed the county to help establish roads and infrastructure so they could build the campuses. But now that they have that green light, they're facing yet another challenge.
Right now, the cost of construction is just skyrocketing at a place that we've never seen before. And it's a month-by-month increase. Usually we're looking at quarters or years for increases. Right now, every month it's gone up.
Up 43% in the last 3 months, 90% in the last year.
That increase makes it so that it affects everything else we do. The cost of construction goes up directly based on cost of materials.
For example, Sumner High School in Riverview is the district's newest school. It was built in 2019 for 2,900 students and cost $74 million. The district's new high school in Waimama, set to open in 2025, is planned for 3,400 students. Its price tag, $165 million.
Relatively, it's almost twice as expensive to build something 4 years apart.
During the pandemic, we saw supply and demand issues affect things like microchips and lumber. But now it's everything used to build a school, from concrete to steel, even electrical switchgears.
We're seeing really unprecedented cost escalation, unprecedented supply chain issues, as well as workforce issues.
Joshua Baumstein is president of Creative Contractors, the company building a new pre-K through 8th grade school in Tampa right now.
It's never been more challenging to do what we do. And the problem really is that it hasn't stopped yet.
Their most recent notification came from glass manufacturer Oldcastle, alerting customers of up to 40% increases in materials to make glass.
Steel costs have increased tremendously, drywall and framing, electrical switch gear, mechanical equipment, concrete, roofing has seen tremendous amount of increases. Unfortunately, nothing is immune.
And it's not just one reason. It's things like factories shutting down during the pandemic, labor shortages, the freeze in Texas in 2021, and even Amazon.
They were building factories, massive factories everywhere, which was eating up a lot of supply as well.
And once they get the supplies, they're still guzzling up cash.
The war in Ukraine, the cost of diesel fuel is, the highest it's ever been. That's impacting all of the transport of all of our materials. It's having a significant impact on the site work component of our construction projects, because that is very diesel intensive with lots of equipment moving around all day.
Lead times to get supplies is also pushing projects out further. For example, as of this quarter, it's taking up to 14 months to get electrical switchgear and emergency generators. Light fixtures are taking up to a year, and HVAC chillers 10 months. Right now, Creative Contracting is building 4 schools between Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Pasco counties.
It's really requiring a lot of active planning and early planning in the process for construction projects to ensure that we have the materials when we need them and that we have the manpower when we need it as well.
I asked Hillsborough School's Chief of Operations what they need to ensure schools can be built.
The reality is we have to wait for impact fees or for sales tax to come in. And sales tax has gone up. That's a wonderful thing. But unfortunately, we still have deferred maintenance and ACs to fix on that part of it too, and the cost of those has gone up as well.
Without any construction cost relief in sight, the district is having to push school projects out about a year each.
Be patient with us. Understand that we're facing the same challenge that everyone is. We will do it as quickly as we can, but it may mean that we have to put kids in portables as opposed to building a wing, things like that, because we have to be good stewards of the tax dollars.
2 years after opening, Sumner High School is already at 130% capacity and just added 20 portables for a price tag of $200,000 each. A temporary fix Hillsborough Public Schools says is necessary to make sure every child can learn. In South County, I'm in-depth reporter Stassi Almos, ABC Action News.